Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering companies that help you write a book. There are lots of unscrupulous companies out there looking to take your money. But if you work with true proven professionals, you can't go wrong. By the end of this video, you will learn some of the tips I have when considering a company to work with, and some of my favorite resources to find in ghostwriters. And stay tuned until the end of the video for a free resource I really think you're going to enjoy. Let's dive in. Before we go any further, I want to issue a full clarifying message about working with companies to help you write your book. Some companies are great, some companies are not so great. It's easy to go on Google and search around and find a company that can help you write your book. And then what? Then you start working with the company. You could find yourself spending tens of thousands of dollars and not getting the result that you wanted. Some of these companies make a lot of promises about bestseller status or about books sold or about whatever else. At the end of the day, no one really knows how a book is going to sell. And just because there's some former Big Five employees attached to a company doesn't make it a great company to work with. There could be lots of money going to other things that aren't really part of your writing process. You could wind up working with a ghostwriter that's paid a fraction of the money you spend, and most of the money you spend is going to ad revenue or rental office space or something else. So it's important to recognize when you consider working with a company that you're getting the most out of your service and you're looking for transparency. You want transparency in every step of the process. That especially involves working with a ghostwriter. If you start going down the path of working with a company and are interested in receiving ghostwriting support, and you're spending tens of thousands of dollars, there should be transparency around the process. What is the process involved with finding a ghostwriter? What is the process involved in interviewing ghostwriters? Ultimately, you should be able to connect with and interview whoever you want to work with because it's your choice. This is your book. And a company choosing a ghostwriter for you or making decisions for you or not being very transparent about the process probably isn't the best way to go. You know, before I would sign anything, before I would pay a dime, I would start talking to people within the company, maybe talk to some former clients, get a sense for how the company operates, how you would get paired with a ghostwriter, and what the process moving forward looks like in order to get full clarity so you can make the best decision possible. One of the best companies to help you write a book is Gotham Ghostwriters. Gotham is well established. They're an industry leader. They've been in this space for 15 plus years, have been associated with many best-selling books. And the way the process works, when someone starts working with Gotham Ghostwriters, a pitch gets sent out to literally every single person on their listserv, which is thousands of ghostwriters. I'm one of them. I haven't gotten any work through Gotham Ghostwriters, but I have been part of the process, have put my name in for some projects, have even interviewed one of their clients who ended up choosing another writer. I was the first one interviewed. I think there were 7 of us who were interviewed for the project. And I was the first one. And I immediately knew that I wasn't getting the project because I thought, you know what, they're going to find somebody in the next 6 that are a better fit. Not that I wouldn't have done a great job. I thought it was a really good project for my skill set. The ghostwriters who end up expressing interest in a project and who then get pushed through the pipeline to see who gets the project at the end, they're interested in it. They're excited about it. They're enthusiastic about it. They have a great background and skill set for the project. You know, I see a project come through and I know if I'm not the right fit, I don't apply for it. But it's awesome to be able to see that kind of process and to be able to see the pitches coming through every week and knowing that I can apply for this one, or if I don't like this, maybe I'll get the next one. But it's a very transparent process and it's why I highly recommend it. Another company or organization that can help you write a book is the Association of Ghostwriters. I'm a member of this group. I highly regard it. It is a great connection point for other ghostwriters. This is a really valuable tool for me as I got started as a ghostwriter. And now, every now and again, pitches will come through. People will reach out to the organization or find me on the website and reach out to me directly about it. But it's a great resource. It's a great tool. And pretty much, you know, And there's so many leading ghostwriters who are part of that group, which is awesome. It really helps to create standards for everybody, and it's a transparent organization, you know, and I highly recommend connecting with them if you're interested in having your book written with the help of a ghostwriter. Another company that can help you write your book is Reedsy. Reedsy is a great resource if you are trying to find a book professional. You're trying to find somebody of any skill set, whether it's a ghostwriter, a coach, designer, publicist, whatever the case may be, you can find specific people to do those specific things, which is why in a lot of ways I would advise you against signing up for a book ghostwriting company, because there's so much transparency in other ways. You know, some of the companies I've described in this video, there's full transparency in the process. You know, why would you want to work with a company that doesn't have transparency? You get into a mindset of content mills, of these ghostwriters working silently behind the scenes. I've even heard horror stories of ghostwriters who don't even get paired with the client. The client simply supplies recordings or information, and then the ghostwriter writes something. I don't even know how that's a positive process at all. I think it's a waste of money and time. And ultimately, you want to get the best out of your book and your message. You want to feel empowered by it, not just to say, I have a book, but know that it's the best book that you could have written. Which is why you really want transparency and understanding, and to make sure that your money is being well spent. If you're interested in this topic, I really think you're going to learn a lot from the next video. I'll link to it on the screen. It's called Help Me Write My First Book. This is a deep video. It covers so much ground. Some of my writing tips, finding purpose in your writing, aligning the book with your deeper goals, book foundation work, even the paths to publication. There's so much ground we cover in that video. And I definitely want you to feel empowered by the writing process and by the book ghostwriting process, not to feel discouraged, but empowered, because making the right decisions now in the hiring process can help you in so many ways. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.